I want to be in that jacuzzi remembering how I used to remove the nettles.
These tiles use a click system. We want to make one of the bathrooms a bit more luxurious. But from here, it started to rust.
So?
Yes. For me, yes, it's strange. My God! On the last day, we were removing all this flooring from that bedroom over there to leave it completely empty, so we can start treating the dampness as soon as the products arrive. Very good.
If you're wondering why I'm wearing long sleeves, long pants, and my old beach sunglasses from when I was young, it's because I'm pruning a lot of plants and nettles.
Mostly nettles, right? A lot of nettles.
I forgot my regular glasses. I haven't worn them in a while, but they look pretty stylish.
Now we've run into this big problem. And the thing is, we have a lot of flooring here that we need to remove or move somewhere else, so we can take up the flooring in this area here, because we have to take up the flooring in the living dining room too. And in fact, in the kitchen as well, all the way to the laundry room. So, after thinking about it a lot, we've decided that before taking it to the dump, we're going to pile up all the flooring from the entire ground floor, and in the meantime, we're going to put it on that terrace over there. Obviously, it would be better to have it closer to the entrance. That way, when we take the van and bring it to the dump, it will be more convenient for us. But we don't want to pile up a bunch of junk and everything at the entrance of the house, because we won't be able to work properly, bring in materials, and everything will get much more complicated. So even if it's, so to speak, twice the work, we're going to bring all of this here, and when we have the van, we'll empty everything out. Problem number 1. We have all of this full of weeds, and not just any weeds, but nettles. We all know what happens to me with nettles. So I'm going to look for some kind of cutter, or something I can use from a distance, so I don't have to get too close and clear out the nettles. The truth is, we've bought a weed killer that I'll show you in a moment, but we don't have that bottle you put on your back to spray it. We'd also have to wait about 10 days for them to die completely, so I'm going to cut them. We'll put all the wood on top, and I hope that with the wood on top, they just won't grow back, you know? It's like when you put down the weed barrier mesh and then put stones on top. It presses them down, and they don't grow. Let's see if this works the same way.
Got me hypnotized, you make me realize, yeah. Just tell me, baby, who's up by your side? 'Cause every day and night, I'm about to lose my mind. We're like bizarre, further by the side. You know I kiss but never tell. I just wanna take a chance. The way you move, it gets me groove.
Well, so this... Oh, where is it? Wow! It came all the way from there to here. Oh my, how is that possible? Well, basically, these were some pipes that must have been installed when the house was occupied for growing the funny little plant. Let's call it that, the funny little plant. Well, it seems like it needs some maintenance and so on. And, well, it needs ducts and things like that. Here's another duct. I don't know about this one. With all of this here, this, that. So we're just removing it. The idea is to leave the house bare, so to speak. I mean, stripped down and empty. No floor, no door frames. Remove as much as we can so that once everything is out, we can start building. The hardest part will be taking everything out because it's a very big house. There's a lot to remove, but it's going well, right? Now when I come in, it already smells different. And it's a shame because I feel like we've started the renovation at a bad time, since many companies, the vast majority, are already giving you deadlines for around September. And that's a hassle because there are technical things, as you know, that we can't do ourselves, that they have to take care of. It's a bit of a mess, but oh well, we just have to be patient. Yvonne has already finished removing the nettles, and this looks amazing.
Well, quote unquote.
At least to us. Look how beautiful it is. It's amazing. Once this is fixed up, in my mind, I imagine a jacuzzi here so you can come out straight from the gym. All of this with really tall plants.
I want to be in that jacuzzi remembering how I used to pull out the nettles, but now I'm in my jacuzzi.
All of this with lights, like indirect lighting. Well, with this light that shines up and down. Really tall plants here. All of this, well, with gravel or with grass, or a little part with gravel and another with grass. Big ideas.
We could also dig a hole here with an excavator or some shovels and make a pool.
And why would we want a pool here?
I'm not sure, but since the little square pool is already built, maybe the back pool could be a smaller one with massage jets.
It's a jacuzzi, but built in. you know?
If I start digging, I can make a big hole here. It depends on how much motivation we have left after the other pool.
No, because that would just mean buying it pre-made and installing it, right?
First, I want to get past the nettle stage.
I'm... I'm very hungry and very thirsty, but mostly hungry because it must be around 1:30 already. Since we went to pick some plants and do a few things, we got here around 11:20 or something like that. So, yeah. I had an idea and I'll tell you about it now. Oh my, look at this moss. It's so green, really, really green. Like neon green. The green color is actually beautiful. Look how pretty it is. It's disgusting, but the color is fascinating. Now I'll explain an idea I had, which Yvonne says is crazy, but I think it's pretty doable. Okay, so let me tell you. This has taken up this bit here, which honestly, I don't think it's taken up that much space. I thought it was going to be way more. So on that side, it's good. We're going to be able to take out the one from the dining room and put it here. The thing is, this part here faces the entrance area. And I told Yvonne that we could set up something like a pulley system or something here, with a kind of tray, so to speak. Load the flooring onto it and keep raising it so it's already at the entrance, avoiding the need to go through the house. He says it's a lot of hassle, a bit of a mess. But I think it's better for us to set everything up here than to have to carry it up little by little. I don't know. If you come up with anything, any idea, any suggestion, it would be great for us. Because that way we can bring up all this flooring much faster, and we don't have to wear ourselves out here. Now we're going to eat. But first we have to put some things in the garage. I'll show them to you, and that way, after we eat, with what they've brought, we're going to fix some little gaps here, some holes in the wall, and then we'll remove the floor, just like I mentioned to you the other day. Because if we fix the walls and remove the floor underneath will get dirty and we want it to stay clean. So I'm going to cover up some holes, because there are a lot of them around here. Let's see how messy it gets and all that. Then I'd also like to cover up this really big one. It's full of holes. All of this has arrived for the renovation. It's from Bessier. Here we have several interesting things. Agua Plague for the plasterboard panels. The Obra Fossil, which is for waterproofing and repairing facades and so on. Then over here we have the crack repair spray. And this, which works really well, is multi-surface spray paint to paint certain things, which is much easier with the spray. Let's take everything into the garage. Putty to fix the walls, but in a lightweight formula. It's a very lightweight putty that's ready to use. And this works really well for small cracks and holes, and it's already prepared. That's a big advantage. It weighs nothing, that's why it's the lightweight one. This one is really funny to me because it's for covering cracks, but in spray format. It repairs small cracks, and it's perfect. We'll try it out to see how it works. I've never used a spray to fix cracks, and it seems super practical to me. This one here is the Multi-Flex, and it's the one used for laying tiles. However, we need it for the mesh, which has to be installed for waterproofing. That's why we have quite a few bags. Okay, we have everything here now. I'm going to take this opportunity to show you this here. We've been doing some tests to see about the floor. These tiles use a click system. They fit together, interlocking. They're super cool. There are two designs, two colors. There's this one, which has a really nice grainy texture. It's subtle, but it makes it look like stone. And then there's this color, which is smoother. Since we were unsure between this color and this one, well, we ordered samples of both. Notice that they're large format tiles. It's amazing how big they are. And well, of course, the big advantage of this flooring is that it doesn't require any construction work. Since it uses a click system, you just snap it together. Now here we would add the grout, leaving the millimeter or 2 millimeters that you need to leave. And that's it. It would be installed. We're looking at it with different combinations of laminate flooring and vinyl flooring. In fact, this is the color we used in my brother's apartment, and this is the color that I like. But well, we're still thinking about the combinations, the color, and everything else. And well, we have samples of all kinds. And on the other hand, there's this one here, which is vinyl. It still has the plastic on, but look at how it looks here. It's glossy marble effect vinyl. It looks amazing. And well, we wanted to see it because for one of the bathrooms, we want to make it more luxurious, with dark tones, wood that stands out, and so on. And over here, we also have this one, which has mesh on the back and can be used outdoors. We bought all these little plants and the herbicide because Ivan is doing it for his channel. He's removing all the weeds from the outside area, and he's going to plant some things and so on, mainly because of the nettles, which, as you know, are pretty dangerous. Now I'll set the table and we'll eat, since we brought the food from home and made it before coming, which took us longer because we had to cook. We already bought this for the kittens that come here. And as usual, the usual kind of cat pâté. It's called bites and sauce. In fact, there's a kitten that looks exactly like the one in the picture here. And since the neighbors give them food and everything, we said, well, let's buy something and give it to them too. Cauliflower, chicken wings, oh, damn. This is flipped over. And mussels cooked in tomato. The truth is, it's a little treat. And hey, they look great, right? But there aren't many. For half a kilo, this doesn't seem like much. Well, we've already eaten. I've been here resting a little today. Well, basically while we were having coffee, but after eating, you get so lazy. It's brutal, because with the heat here, many of the neighbors are having barbecues and everything smells like grilled meat. The tiredness is already built up. Enough. Above all, it's the heat. It's horrible. Well, you get a little down, but oh well, let's keep going, because there are a lot of things to do, and I came up here to look for the product we need for the cracks we talked about. Cracks and holes. So I'm going to fill the holes with the lightweight filler. I'm going to bring down some lightweight filler, and for the cracks, I'm going to bring down the spray I showed you earlier. I see the little drawing board and the stand here, and honestly, I'm really itching to draw, and I feel so eager to do it. I'm just so eager, really eager. But oh well. Actually, I have the paints here, and those over there are brushes. But there's too much work to do it right now. It'll happen eventually, that's for sure. The first thing will be to clean it. Try to get it as clean as possible. This putty is super light. It's amazing. Well, that's why they call it feather light. Well, this will look amazingly good. Notice that you can barely see it, just because it's a little damp where I covered the holes. The truth is that it didn't get messy at all. Just a little bit of dirt here, but very little. And well, seeing that it doesn't get very dirty, we'll leave it for a little later, because here we have to remove all of that, which are like pieces they used to, I don't know, pass ropes through or something. But this has to be pulled out. It has to go. There will be a hole left, and that hole needs to be covered. But well, what I am going to do, because this will definitely make a mess, I'm already late, but anyway, is to cover this hole with foam. The foam will fall everywhere, making a mess on the other side too. However, foam is easy to clean. Since this floor piece is already here, we'll install it. This is how it looks. Here I've discovered something, and it's this, which from what I can see is some kind of metal fitting that's perfectly fine over here. But it looks like it started to rust from here. You could see something like rust on the wall, and I kept digging there until I found it. So I'll finish scraping it out properly, and we'll put an anti-rust treatment on it so this doesn't happen again. You can see that rust stain. We'll do it starting from where the rusty part is, which is more or less from here down to the floor. Behind the baseboards and all the trim and everything, so many spiders are coming out. It's like their favorite place to hide.
걸 tell me why. 전화라도 받아봐 어서.
I've used up the whole can and this is how it looks now. It's half full, so we'll need quite a few more cans, because I had also prepared for that hole over there. You can already see it covered up. But I've run out of foam. It was here one moment and gone the next. All right, let's get started on the floor of this dining room. A kitchen knife has come out from here, from under the floor. The truth is, I thought removing the floor would be a quick and easy job, and wow, I mean, it's not like it's going super slow, but it's definitely taking longer than I expected, honestly. I thought it would be easy, but that always happens. It's all because it's exhausting. I mean, your back hurts from being bent over like that the whole time, which is almost worse than installing it, I'll tell you. The paint I was missing has already arrived. The other day, 2 cans arrived, and today, 2 more cans came, and I've already tried all 4 of them in the same spot. The paint is from Duracolor. The ones I was missing are these 2, which are different shades of white. One is cotton white, and the other is natural white. I've put them here, on this wall, but now I'll show them to you alongside the other 2 and compare them, and I'll tell you which one I like best. And we'll call Ivan too so he can vote. In this room, since there's more light, you can see better. So these are the 4 colors. Chana, which one do you all vote for? Well, it's going to be like the general color for the whole house, and then we'll add little details later, right? But the vast majority will paint in a color like this. Well, a nice white. The truth is that on the phone it doesn't look at all like it does in person. But anyway, these are the 4 colors. As you can imagine, these 2 are to add a touch of color, and the other 2 are to make all the rooms more neutral. For me, out of the 2 whites, the one that should prevail is this one here, which is cotton white. I think it gives brightness, but at the same time a touch of color. We couldn't really call it color because it's white, but it has a pinkish hue. While I see this one as whiter, more of a bright white, so to speak, I see this one as more on the pinkish side. Obviously it's still white, but with a warmer tone. So I like this one more, although I really like this one too. But well, let's see what Yvonne thinks. I'm telling you, in person it looks quite different from what you see in the video. Yvonne, come up for a moment. Okay, I've tried the 2 whites that were missing. Do you remember? We tried 2, the other 2 that were white tones were missing. I've added them to the list we had. There's one that fascinates me. Let's see if we agree.
I think that seeing them here, what I imagined was this one right here.
Mine too, well,
It's a white, but not exactly white. I mean, it's white, but it's kind of like a beige. And I don't dislike this either.
no, not really no. But I actually like these.
But more like for just doing one wall, not painting the whole house.
Not with just one color.
No, I like this one, but it seems a bit green.
No, bluish, right? Yes, a bit bluish. Bluish.
Bluish, the kind I like. A warm white, yes, that's exactly what we were looking for.
And it's the cotton white.
Cotton white.
That's why it has that pinkish tone.
That makes sense, cotton white. Is this the white one?
Natural white. And that's it.
That's why I like these 2. The natural one is nice, but it's the classic white, and this is the white that gives it a different touch. So, are we in agreement then? Yes.
For me, yes. It's unusual for us to agree.
I'll ask for a glass of water, Christina.
We need to go since there's none left.
Oh my goodness.
Good morning. Well, for you it's only been a few seconds, but for me it's been 2 weeks. It sounds quick, but a lot has happened, so I'm going to update you. The very first and most important thing, we have electricity. Wow! I can't believe it. Obviously, not throughout the whole house, because we don't have the wiring done yet. But we have an extension cord where we can plug in a few things, and this is going to come in handy right away for several things. First, tools. There are many that are battery-powered, but others are not. Second, for eating. We no longer have to go up and down to be able to feed ourselves, nor buying this kind of food that's already made so you can eat it quickly. And third, the water issue. Because we were drinking water that was already warm. When you've been here for a couple of hours or 3, the water basically turns piss warm. It's no longer water, and that's undrinkable. These are just a few reasons, but I could give hundreds of billions more. On the other hand, the home automation technicians came and checked all the installations and everything else. Luckily, we're still working on the electrical part, and we still have time to incorporate home automation through cables instead of Wi-Fi, so we don't overload the Wi-Fi. So all the installation we're going to do now will already include home automation. And by home automation, I mean being able to have motorized blinds, so they can go up with just one click, turning the lights off and on, all these little things, so that everything is centralized on one screen, and that way, we can control all the things in the house. There are a lot of bad things about not having the electrical wiring, and that's that everything goes super slow, but a big advantage is that, well, you're starting from scratch, so you can do whatever you want. More little things. It's been an eventful week. Today, the Radiant Floor Heating team came by, and we've been checking things out a bit. So we're seeing where everything goes and how we're moving forward. The thing is, well, we have to check if it loses pressure or not. If it loses pressure, it means there's a hole somewhere. So it needs to be repaired. That couldn't be done because, and here comes one of the bad things. There have been good and bad things. We still don't have water. 3 months have gone by. 3, not one more, not one less. And we still don't have water. Even though they said it would take up to 15 days today, they told me that days actually means something like next week. They say days as an estimate, and that it can easily be postponed. Well, 15 business days, but it's actually been a lot more if we count the weekends too. But anyway, in this case, that doesn't count. They said it probably won't be this week either, and it'll be at the end of next week. But well, if it's true that it's next week, at the end, well, we can still be happy, because the idea is to celebrate my grandmother's birthday here, my grandmother's 96th birthday. And of course, without water, things could get complicated. So please, 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 let there be water next week. The thing is, with the underfloor heating, there's something that's really worrying us. And here's why. To prevent people from occupying the house in one area, they drove screws like this straight into the floor. Because of the way they were positioned, they could have punctured a pipe. There are 2 ways to find out. One is by checking the pressure, which I told you we're going to do no matter what. If we want to know in advance, we can break it open first, remove the floor, and break open the affected area to see how it is, if it's been punctured. It's quite a mess. The solution would have to be to lift absolutely all of the floor, not the floor we're already working on, but the slab, put in new pipes, and then make another slab. So that could be quite a mess. Let's hope it hasn't been punctured. And I think with this, we'd have everything. This afternoon, they're coming to tell us about this wall here, if we can knock down the wall between the kitchen and dining room. Right here, this one. And after thinking about it a lot, we've decided that we believe the best thing is to take it down. If it's possible, and it most likely is. In fact, they've told us that from the video. It looks almost certain that we can. But even so, they're going to come check it in person. So this afternoon, we'll have a final decision. And this is what we've been doing. Well, besides making progress in the villa where we were last week. I'm happy. Little things have been getting done. And well, I'm going to keep removing the floor, which honestly caught me a bit off guard because I didn't even remember how I had left it or anything. Well, my goal for today would be to finish removing all this flooring, at least the one in the dining room. Thank you for watching the video. I just saw something that worries me a little. Good thing they're coming to analyze today. Whoa, what a face! Oh, this afternoon, since they're coming to analyze the wall issue, it'll be great for me to ask them a few things. This big stain, for example, I don't know what it could be. It looks like they added some mortar here. Well, this is self-leveling mortar. And here, well, if you look closely, it has this light color. And here it's kind of dark, I don't know. But what worries me the most is this right here. I hadn't noticed, but there's a screw going through, and here, it could also puncture the radiant floor heating pipes. Oh, what an obsession with putting screws in the floor, my goodness. And then there are some little cracks here and here. I don't know if they can be left as they are, or if it's better to repair them. We'll ask about this afternoon when they come. By the way, this hand is starting to itch, and it's already turning red. I put on the nettle cream. It's not working yet. And with the nettle thing, I'm going through it like water. I'm running out of it. Honestly, my patience with nettles is running out. We need to think about this. I'm starting to get really pissed off. But seriously.
I won't waste this.
All right, here we go. Damn it, I have to go. All right. So we've got the dining room floor up. It looks so different with the floor compared to without it. I mean, in terms of dimension, I don't know. It looks so much bigger without the floor. Even the sound is drier and everything. I don't know. Maybe because the floor was dark, it made the room feel smaller. I don't know. But wow, seriously. Now my hand is so itchy. Ugh, it's driving me crazy. Oh, we achieved our goal. The goal was to remove this. Now I'll show you how it looks outside. You're going to be amazed. Well, like I was saying, all of this, literally, is just from the dining room and living room. From right here. We still have quite a bit left to do, but oh well, it's fine. We'll get frustrated when we have to take it out later. It's fine if it stays there for a while, but upstairs is easier for us. Since we have access, let's say, nearby, we'll put it there by the entrance, and we'll take it to the junkyard little by little. Well, the good thing is that we can use those terraces over there and leave this one for storing stuff. I've more or less cleaned this up with the vacuum cleaner, so we can also get a few things finished as well. I have to wipe it with a cloth, but it's always the same hassle without water. Same goes for the elevator. I'll clean it properly when there's water. For now, the water we have is basically used for drinking, watering the plants, and very superficial cleaning. Or for something really urgent. Everything else just has to wait, so yeah. Well, yesterday they called me saying that at first they wouldn't turn the water on until next week. But today they wrote to me and told me that apparently it's already on. So we're heading there to check. My God, my goodness. Well, as you've seen, the meter is installed. Now we just need to check, well, to turn on the water. We had to link the meter to the house because it hadn't been done. That's something you have to do yourself, let's say. And now we're going to turn it up. We're going to turn the water on and see if it doesn't gush out somewhere. So one of us will be ready at the water shutoff in case we need to shut it off quickly, and the other will be checking all the rooms. Well, mostly the bathrooms. Quick, nothing here. Garage. Nothing here. Nothing here. Nothing here. Well, actually, it could leak through here. We only have one room left. Well, it could also be the kitchen. And here, where apparently there's no water anywhere. Well, that could be for two reasons. Either because the water didn't get into the house properly for some reason, or because everything is really well sealed and covered. Let's hope it's the second option. Let's use the hose. Pucho. Yes. There's noise around here, but it happened when opening. Open a faucet upstairs. It seems like water fell, but I don't know from where. Outside, there's water, but inside there isn't. Outside, we've checked the shutoff valves, and they seem to be open. Unless there's one in the garage that we haven't seen. I think there's also a water connection, but it doesn't look like it at all. Water is coming out in the kitchen. There's a puddle here.
Well, that's the main one. It's coming out?
It's coming out. Water is coming out. It looks like a giant centipede.
I have to grab it.
Either you take it out or you kill it. It's giving me the creeps, seriously. Such a creepy feeling. Oh wow, shit, thanks a lot.
Tarflexo. Well, we have water from the faucet.
No, we have a toilet that hasn't filled up.
I'm going to the toilet, the one from the dining room.
A nice, fresh shower?
We have water in the shower.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe it.
It's a small step for man, but a giant leap for the nation. Nation. You have to let the water run a bit because these pipes have been here for 20 years.
None of the toilets work, and we've been looking online. And with built-in toilets, you need to activate the tank. and it's behind this cover. Well, we have to take apart the tank. Basically, we have to take apart the whole setup to be able to flush the toilet.
Do this so you can pee and poop in peace.
We're not going to complain at this point. Where is it?
Back there, okay? This is the valve.
Buddy, we have news. ChatGPT told us to give it
A good whack.
a few taps. Because sometimes it gets clogged with mineral buildup and other things, and then it doesn't work well, but sometimes those little taps are enough. And we think so, because we've seen a little bit of water come out.
He said as a last resort before buying anything, try giving it a few taps first.
We gave it a few taps. It looks like some water came out. We'll see if it's enough water to fill a toilet tank or not.